Hello and welcome to this episode of the Weak Forms series, where today we're looking at the word were. So as always, we begin with that strong form. So repeat after me nice and loud, were. Again, were. Now looking at the script there, we've got the w at the beginning, the which is a long vowel like in the word nurse, and in the script you'll see that there's this small r just positioned at the top. That's a linking r, and that becomes activated if the next word begins with a vowel sound. So if it was followed by the word in, for example, as in we were in the park. So were and in would link were in, were in. So if the next word begins with a vowel, that R activates, but when we're pronouncing the word in isolation, which to be fair, very rarely occurs in natural speech, in isolation, no linking R, were. If there's a vowel afterwards, were in. And of course, if the next word has a consonant sound at the beginning, we don't need to activate that R. I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. Put, okay, so the word after it, put, beginning with a P consonant. So I don't know, we were put in first class. Maybe we took a train and we got an upgrade. We were put. So the R doesn't come out, doesn't need to, because P is a consonant sound. So that's just something to remember, that R activates if there's a vowel next to it. So strong form, were. Let's look at the weak form. So as always, we need a schwa, a weak vowel for our weak form. Relax the tongue, keep it low in the mouth. Repeat after me, Great. So our weak form of that word were is just were. You'll see the tiny R there, so remember that's our linking R. Taking an example like, so if I make it strong, we were in the pub. Going weak could be we were in the pub. We were in the pub, we were in the pub. So that's the weak form. So repeat after me one more time, were. Good. So thinking about a couple of examples then. If I were you, I would apologise. Weak. If I were you. If I were you. However, number 2. They were going to tell you, but they didn't get a chance. So with that second one, I've written it in capital letters to encourage you to say it strong. They were going to tell you, but they didn't get a chance. So here, the reason I might be stressing or using a strong form of this word is because maybe I'm trying to convince the person. Maybe the person thinks that they've been forgotten and they're a little upset. No, they were going to tell you. So I'm emphasising. But if the word were is not really essential to the meaning I'm trying to convey, it's just part of the grammar. If I were you, I would apologise. It can be weak, no problem. So as with many of these weak forms, it's a very subtle, nuanced thing, and different people are going to lean in different directions as to how much emphasis they give, so how often they go strong, or conversely, how often they go weak. Some people speak in a manner where they use a lot of the weak forms. I think I myself, when I'm not in a teaching role, sometimes hear myself listening to myself speak when I'm relaxing informally in the pub, for example. And I definitely go not only more weak, but definitely less formal in terms of word choice as well, and correctness of grammar if I'm being very informal. But if I'm in a context where I need to convey a different image of myself and I'm being more correct, then I might use less weak forms. I definitely will still make use of them though, because they are an integral part of the language. So I don't want to give you the impression that weak forms equals informal. It's not that straightforward. People use strong versus weak to convey elements of the message, such as with number 2 here, stressing the they were, as in like, oh, please don't be angry with them. So it's, like I said, it's a really subtle and nuanced element of the language, choosing weak over strong or strong over weak. The best thing for you to do as a student is to continue working with these videos to understand how it sounds and also to get some examples. But then most importantly, take this forward by listening to podcasts and videos and trying to notice how people use the strong and weak forms in their speech. That's the best thing to do. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, go ahead and click like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to find some more resources for working with your English, then go ahead and check out the homepage. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.